So I got cut off in that last video, but then the degree of the polynomial, when we're asked for the degree, we only concern ourselves with the degree of the exponent that is the largest exponent. So the largest exponent we see in our example to the right here is going to be 4. We don't see a tiny number or an exponent bigger than 4. So the degree of this polynomial is 4. And we're going to do 2 examples with that right now. And so it says identify the leading coefficient and degree of the polynomial function. And this really, the very first thing we need to do is make sure it's in the correct order. And the correct order means that the terms are in order from biggest to smallest exponent. So the exponents, again, are the tiny numbers, and we want to make sure that the largest exponent value is in the front, and then it goes in order from biggest to smallest. Again, if there is no variable, all right, if there is a variable, which is a letter, but no exponent, there's just a secret 1 there. And then this 1 that stands alone, it has no letter attached to it, so it has no exponent. So it's technically an exponent of 0. So this is in the correct order. It does go in order from biggest to smallest exponent. And so once we have it in the correct order, we can find the leading coefficient. The leading coefficient is attached to the variable with the largest exponent. It's leading. It means it's first. And the first one, after we put it in order, will have the largest exponent. So the leading coefficient is remember, coefficient means it's the number in front of the letter. And so that's going to be 5. And then the question also says find the degree. The degree, remember, we only concern ourselves. The degree of the polynomial is what is the largest exponent we see. The largest exponent we see here is 3. And that's how we answer that question. All right, now let's do problem B. Again, the very first thing we need to do is see if this is in the correct order. We cannot start until this is in the correct order. So I'm looking and I notice that my exponents are not in the correct order from biggest to smallest because it starts with the 2, but then there's a 5, and I know that 5 is greater than 2. So I'm going to rewrite these so that they are in order from biggest to smallest. So I have f of x equals, the biggest exponent I see here is 5. So this whole term should be first. So 6x to the 5th power. The one after that, I see the next biggest exponent would be the one with the 3. So I have minus 3x to the 3rd power. Then I see the next one after that would be negative x squared. And my last term would be plus 2x. Now I have rewritten it so it's in order from biggest to smallest exponent. And now I can find my leading coefficient, my LC. My LC here, remember, your leading coefficient means just your first coefficient that you see after it's in the correct order. Well, coefficient's the number attached to the letter, so it's going to be 6. And the degree of the polynomial, remember, we only concern ourselves for what the largest degree is. The degree of the polynomial is the largest exponent we see, which will be 5. And that comes into play when we're going to mess with this vocab right here so that we make sure we are finding the correct graph to look at here. We are everything we do this week will be able to find your answers looking at this chart that we're going to fill out in the next video. It may take 2 videos, but it is so, so important because if you can read this graph or this T-chart right here, you'd be able to answer every single question that I throw your way. So I'm going to stop this video to make sure that I can start it with a 5-minute video, and then we will start from there.